Good news, everybody. It's Wiggles back with another video. In today's video, of course, we're going to be talking about the newest Mythic and newest attachment, kind of a 2-for-1 deal, added to the game, of course, that being the AK-47 Radiance. Now, I will say that overall, this is definitely one of the cooler Mythics added to the game, especially with kind of the lights and the coloring it adds to the gun. Now, I do, of course, have the, let's see here. Now, this is what it normally looks like, as you can tell. Just absolutely super cool with all the lights, the lasers, the animation to the gun. Definitely one of the top, I would say top 3 best Mythics added to the game. It's definitely going to be kind of hard to put it above the Morningstar or the Demon. Actually, I'd put it above the Demon Song. I would say this is probably the second coolest Mythic added to the game. Now, of course, the newest attachment added to the AK-47 is the GRU combo grip. Now, as you can tell, this thing has a lot of plus sides to this, kind of almost like the marksman barrel and like the damage range, like all the control, but you have that steep ADS penalty. Now, this attachment has a steeper ADS penalty, but it comes with a foregrip to the barrel, which makes it it adds a lot of control, except you have a much steeper ADS penalty time to this barrel. Now, of course, the AK-47 is in and of itself is already a fairly strong gun to begin with. But when you add in the fact with this kind of specialty barrel / grip, it does take away the muzzle and it does take away an underbarrel, so you can't add anything extra to it in that sense. You basically want to kind of rework it to where you have more ADS speed, as you see in my loadout here for this gun. Now we're going to jump into the firing range. We're going to show off the AK-47 a little bit, and then we're going to jump into some gameplay and show off this barrel. So here we are in the firing range, and as you can tell, just super cool looking with the light on the left-hand side, and of course the like all the Mythics, excluding the Holger, it's got a custom iron sight, which is basically a red dot. You know, it's one of those things. You spend the money, you get a free red dot, right? That's kind of how this works. It has a different firing animation. It almost sounds like almost like laser beams. You can basically say it's like sharks with laser beams. Makes it super entertaining. So one of the first things you'll see now, of course, the best part to it is going to be the weapon animation. Definitely super cool, kind of it's a gun that definitely fits the Battle Pass theme. It's very 80s in that sense. Now, I am running the 5.45 mag on this, so as you can tell, it does 28 to the chest, 31 to the head. So it's nothing too spectacular. And as you can tell now, because I have more of an ADS build to counteract the barrel, it does bounce around a little bit. But if I were to see here, there it is. Let's say swap this out. Man, this has been one of the coolest things they have done, is make it so you can just do this in game. There you go. So now I'm running the extended mag. Now it does 36, which makes like 8 points of damage better, meaning it's not. Wait a minute. This gun is a 3-tap at 5 meters. 4-tap to the legs, arms. So that means the AK-47 is a 3-tap up to 5 meters if you hit all in the center mass. Really? Huh. Would not have guessed that. Actually, it's still the same. Well, wait a minute. Yep. Okay, there's the drop off. So up to 20 meters. This is a 3 to 4 tap gun, which I actually did not know that until just now. What it does explain, of course, you know, the downside is kind of like the Man of War. It does have a really fast firing rate, but that's enough of being in the gun range. It's the AK-47 with the new attachment on the barrel. As you can tell, it definitely adds a lot more control. Firing, it takes away a lot of the horizontal and vertical recoil. Tear out to show this bad boy off. Now let's jump into some gameplay and see how much damage we can do. Alright, so here we are in just kind of a 10v10, just to kind of show this thing off a bit. And we captured Alpha. And this one I'm running the 45.
Enemy contact.
Capturing Bravo. Hang up, back up.
He got me.
Contact with enemy. Target down.
Of course, my aim was a little bit better.
Enemy contact.
We've taken the lead.
And the gun's already changing colors, which looks super cool.
Changing mag.
And then the reload animation actually kind of reminds me a lot of like the M13, which is super cool.
Contact with enemy. Enemy contact. Enemy contact.
Friendly hunter killer lightning strike is ready.
And of course, the legendary EMP grenade.
Swarm ready. Bomb is ready.
And just like that.
Contact with enemy.
Oh, he was right there. Just go ahead and do this.
Losing A.
Target down. Contact with enemy.
Oops.
Enemy down. Enemy contact. Contact with enemy. I'm hurt.
Losing Alpha.
Oh, sitting in the... Do.
I'm hurt. Objective almost complete. Keep it up.
Targets in sight. Enemy
Friendly swarm activated.
Oh,
B.
that sucked.
They're hurting. Keep fighting. Capturing C.
targets in sight. Enemy contact.
Captured C. Lost A.
Reloading, cover me. Targets in sight.
Losing C.
Contact with enemy. Enemy contact.
Hey.
They'll destroy our sentry gun. Losing
Oh.
Bravo. Keep on them. We're winning this one.
Changing mag.
We captured Charlie. Lost hostile stealth chopper inbound. Napalm deployed.
Contact with enemy.
Oh, yeah, I was reloading.
Enemy dead.
Advised. Hostile sentry gun spotted.
Targets in sight.
We're almost there. Keep it up.
Contact with enemy. Tango down. Targets in sight.
Watch out. Enemy
Oh.
laser deployed.
Ouch. So guys, as you can tell, the AK in and of itself is actually pretty viable again for being an MP. And of course, it is actually kind of a little bit back in BR as well. It's definitely not as good as it once was, where it was basically once you had an AK, you pretty much were always going to win. Now, I will say that there are some couple cool animations. Of course, like all Mythics, it's got two different types of animations for the barrel or the muzzle flash, and it has two different kill effects. One, of course, being like basically a lightning beam that shoots down and vaporizes them into light show, and the other one where they just kind of explode, which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of like the Fennec a little bit. And Overall, guys, like I said, the AK-47 Radiance for being a Mythic is absolutely awesome. And the GRU barrel is, if you're an AK player, I think you're definitely going to really love this barrel. It adds such a steep positive that as long as you can overcome the ADS movement speed and the ADS time downside with your loadout, I think you will absolutely beat people. This gun, I give it a 10 out of 10. Until next time, remember, shoot first, shoot last, win those gunfights, and remember, have fun. Laters!